So I'm sitting at the top of San Jacinto, the mountain just outside of Palm Springs. Just having a really, really gorgeous experience. One of my biggest takeaways from today has been an intention, has resulted from setting an intention to learn from nature, learn from Mama, learn from her wisdom, and allow her to reveal and show me so many incredible things. You can read books. You can go to workshops and seminars. Those are all paths to enhancing your knowing. But you can also just surrender yourself into Mother Earth. Relax your mind and open your heart. And find that there's so much truth, so much wisdom, so much fierceness, so much love that can give you all that you could ever imagine in orders of magnitude above what man can offer. I lay on my back and I watched the clouds pass by. I noticed how they just came in and out of themselves, and they were so wispy, and they were just creating themselves and dissolving themselves. And I realized that just within that was water. And that water was performing the most magnificent dance. Because of surrender. The water knows its value. But because it's flexible, because it surrenders, because it allows its form to be changed and changed and changed again, because it's so flexible and loving and accepting and present, it can serve as the medium of all life. It sits in the ocean. It's a part of the experience with the dolphins and the whales and the seagulls. And it crashes on the shore in a wave. And then the sun plays its game with it. And it releases its attachment from all its other little brother and sister water particles. And as a vapor, it floats up into the sky. Alone. On a new journey, without resistance of where it came from, without fear of where it's going. And then it joins new brothers and sisters in the sky, turns into clouds. And they dance and they travel and they grow and they evolve and they dissipate and they move thousands of miles together. They are the canvas of the sunset to splash its color upon so that we can see. And then the time comes and it consolidates the small collection of little brother and sister water vapors and it precipitates and it free falls from the clouds, from everything that's known for so long, for all the relationships that it's created, for all the structures and ways of knowing reality that it thought to be the new norm, but it was really just a phase of its existence and its process. Falls and falls and falls and falls and falls and falls and falls. falls into the tops of a mountain. It sinks into the soil. And some of those water vapors get taken into the trees from the roots, and they become the roots, and they become the tree. And animals eat from the bark and the leaves of the tree, and that water then becomes the animal. But some of those water vapors, those water molecules, they find other ways into the tributaries, and into the streams, and then into the rivers. Ferocious into the rivers, and cascading over a waterfall, which is so incredibly powerful and magnificent and silent and terrible all at the same time as it's free falling. And it lands back in the lake. And it exists in the lake for eons of time in the lake, with the fish, with the reeds. It's experiencing the lake. And it continues to travel. And it's drank by the humans, becomes the humans. It leaves away from the humans, goes back into the systems, and then it finds itself in the ocean. In the very moment, in any given moment, that molecule is perfectly still. And we zoom out a little bit, it was part of something. And we zoom out a little bit further, it was on a linear track. It was on a progression. It was transforming from ocean to cloud, cloud to raindrop. It was on this linear track. If you look at any given segment of that, it was a linear path. But we zoom out further, it's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. Just a cycle, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes. What are we? Not only is that which happens to part of nature true for all of nature and all of existence, but even in our own makeup, how much of us is just simply water? We've been on this path over and over again. The very makeup has been in the ocean and in the clouds and in the rivers. And now it's here right now. It's resting inside as us. And how silly when we sometimes resist. How silly when we think that it has to stay the way that it is. How silly when we try to hold on because we're afraid to let go. How silly when it's hard for us to see ourselves as our next evolution. We are Mama Nature. She's in us, she's around us, she's with us, she's through us. She teaches us. Let us learn from her all the wise knowings she has to bestow upon our intellects and upon our hearts. Let us listen, let us look, let us feel. And she will teach us every single thing in just the right timing in order to comprehend our own essence.